Welcome back to the CounterStrike Casuals podcast. Hello, hello, hello. Brilly, how you doing? I'm going to move this down a bit. How you doing?
Pretty good, mate. Pretty good. How are you?
I'm alright. I'm all good. I had a bit of a weird week where I ended up being sick, which is great. But other than that, all good. Glad to be back on air. Recordiosa. Yeah, let's go. Have you played any CounterStrike this week?
I played CounterStrike this week. No.
Have you watched any CounterStrike this week?
Yeah.
Lots or not
Yes.
much?
I've watched bits. Yeah, I've been watching. Let's have a look. What have we had on? We've had PGL.
PGizzle.
Yeah, I've been watching some PGL. Yeah, I have been watching quite a bit of that.
I tell you what then, I'll let you collect your thoughts for 12 seconds while I run this introduction interlude and then we can talk about it.
Let's do it.
I don't know if interlude was the right word to use there, but I used it anywho. Yeah, I watched, so Monday I was bedbound basically. So on Monday, and I know that sounds, I don't know, being a fully grown man and saying bedbound is a bit weird, but I genuinely was like really ill and I don't know what happened. So on Monday, I actually ended up watching nearly all of MOUZ and Falcons, the first two maps at least, and quite a bit of Pain and VP. Those were the games that I ended up tuning into. And yeah, it was good. It was good to watch some proper Counter-Strike. I was able to properly focus and concentrate. Oh, sorry, an ad just played, so it would have caught that on the headphones. Apologies, guys. So I watched those two games. I can talk about them. The one thing I did want to bring up was just I left the MOUZ Falcons game thinking MOUZ were going to win it, even though it was 1-1 on maps. And Falcons won Mirage. It was a close game, and I thought I thought MOUZ were gonna win the third map, especially because mate, this ad keeps playing. HLT Vizzle. Let me get off this page. Sorry, keeps playing an ad, and it will hear it and things. Yeah, and I think the cast was saying about how bad Falcons played on Ancient, so they were shocked to see them letting it through the veto, which I don't know because I didn't watch the day before how bad they were on that, right? But they let it through the veto, so when I left that match, I thought, well, MOUZ are probably going to win this because MOUZ looked so good. Spinks looked really good. Exertion looked really good. I think on one of the maps, Yimfat was top fragging, but Spinks and Exertion's impact just was incredible. They did not look scared of Falcons. They were making Nico look awful on the first two maps I saw, which gave me great joy. That Nico, I think on Dust 2 on the first map, I think Nico went into the first half. Let me see if I can. I'm never this good at actually working out the stats.
I've got it up
Can
here.
you see how many kills Nico had in the first map? In the first half.
The first half?
Yeah, okay. I can probably tell you because Terrace. Yeah, 2 kills. 2 kills in the first half Nico had. So he really looked out of sorts. Spinks looked incredible. And Exertion, like I said, they felt like the real impact players, even though Yimfat was just doing like what I expect of him now. He's just so good at clearing up the pieces and like clearing up the last bits of the last round, so it's almost like expected that he's gonna just do that. Yeah, but I was actually shocked they didn't win the whole series. Like when I came back to check after, I think I fell asleep because I was that much of a wimp and ill. I was like, oh, I fully thought MOUZ were going to take that last map just based on what I saw.
Okay, first of all, I think it's great that you stayed in bed for a day. I think people need that now and again.
Thank you.
So
a mental health day, guys. A mental health day.
So I think it's good that you've actually brought these two teams up because I wanted to kind of talk about these two teams. So let's just do it now.
Oh, sorry. I must admit though. Wait. Before I do say that, what was my notes to you? Not my notes, but I did text you whilst I was watching. Oh yeah, Tessa's. Yeah, mate, Tessa's. To be fair, if anyone deserved to win the series, it was Tessa's. He looked so good, and he was like, mate, he was playing like the star. It was sick. Anyway, gone.
Yeah, so I watched a Falcons game. Can't remember for the life of me who they were playing against now. It's either Australis or Payne. But I felt like Tess's played really well. Like you just mentioned, we spoke about that over text. Tess's been playing really well. Not necessarily always getting the kills. The map I watched, which this fucking gets on my tits. In the Twitch chat when people are calling people bots and stuff. Oh my god, shut up. You probably like a Face It level 2 or something. And they're calling pro players bots. Like, oh my god, just the Twitch chat does my head in. Do you ever read the
I
Twitch?
don't. I always close. I just get rid
Yeah.
of it. Because I prefer the
normally
view
do.
of it as well when you can actually see the full screen and not just see chat flashing up. I get distracted. It's really annoying.
You can't even read it. It's just so fast.
Yeah.
But anyway, everyone's laying into Tessas saying he's got no kills, blah, blah, blah. And then he started, like, inevitably, I knew he was going to start getting kills. And they were all impactful kills and really skillful kills as well. It's not just like, an eco round or someone just running into him with the knife out, or really good flicks and just impactful kills. And I felt like him and Magis actually made a difference. And I don't know if it was the same map or the map after, Nico was cleaning up and Nico had loads of kills. And I thought, well, how's he got so many kills? Like, it doesn't seem right. Like, I've hardly seen him kill anyone. And it was just eco rounds. Like, I think you could safely say 40 to 50% of his kills were probably from eco rounds.
Yeah.
Which, you can't take any.
Yeah, you got to get some
away
stats
from
in
him
him.
for
You got
that.
pads.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
They still need to die.
I'd like a few more of them. So, but yeah, Magis and Tesses really were the impactful players for me. So that's just my take on Falcons, really. I think they're better than they were before.
Yeah, they definitely feel better. I don't know. Tessa said before the game that they've been giving him a lot more space to do stuff, and whatever they've given him's working because he just looked fucking.
Yeah, I think
like the star player.
He's just a good player, and he's
consistent.
I mean, keep using the same word, but he's impactful. Like, he really is.
Yeah.
So, in fact, that's not everything I wanted to say about Falcons.
Go on.
I've heard numerous people now. Maui Snake said it on the broadcast, and I think someone said it on HLTV. I think it was Professor. What's his name? Prof.
Professor. Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know if they call him by his full name, but it's Prof.
Yeah, he was laying into Zonic. So I kind of wanted to ask you this question: like, is Sonic all fart no poo? Is he not a good coach, or is he a good coach? Because apparently, like, these guys are saying that he's no good. Like, he needs to stop making excuses, and they're saying you should just get it done. But I also think these are the same people that were like, "Oh, Zonic's going to do it with Falcons because he's one of the best coaches ever."
So I was about to say, like, the problem with like this scene is like everyone's well quick to just, like, we've said it so many times on this podcast, like, they change their opinions and their views on players and coaches. Like, mate, it's so quick. It's like, it's quicker than us dying in a round on Face It. Like, it's like, as soon as something happens, they'll instantly will throw a Sonic under the bus. I mean, a guy like that doesn't win all those majors for no reason. It's like Dupree. It's like, Dupree left, when Dupree went to Vitality and, like, won the major with Vitality and Sonic. Like, those guys don't win all that stuff at Astralis just because it's all Astralis and the same. He did it at Vitality as well with a different core. Yes, with Zyra. So, you've got a bit of a cheat code there. But he's done it elsewhere. If now Falcons start making these deep runs and turn into a top 5 team, then, yeah, just, mate, doesn't always work. Look at Blade as well. Like, Blade has made Na'Vi good again recently, but they had another little blip where they weren't doing as good, and at the time I'm sure everyone was saying, oh, Blade's probably on the downward spiral and all this, and now He's considered again one of the best coaches ever. So, it's so fickle and quick to change opinion. I think let's see what he does now. He's got Nico. He's got Tess firing. It looks like if Magis can probably step back up and be the Magis of old, then they're good.
This is it for me though. Like, if he does it now, if he wins something big, then I'd be like, yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
But he's got Nico, he's got Magis, he's got Dexter, and he's got Tess. That's not a bad team.
Yeah.
Like, if they win this PGL tournament, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, fair enough, he's a really good coach. I feel he needs to prove himself. With someone like Blade, they've done it with a good roster. Yeah, it's a good roster.
Yeah.
But it's not a best team of the year like they've just won.
Oh, he did it with fucking JL and Imma.
Yeah, I mean they're good players, but they're not as they overperformed massively. So you've got to give a lot of credit to the coach in that circumstance. With Falcons, it's going to be really hard. I also feel like there's probably, I mean, I imagine Dexter and Tessis are pretty quiet guys, but Nico and Magis being quite loud.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Dexter's relatively loud actually. From again watching that game, he looked quite vocal, and after the game, he seemed quite vocal.
Okay.
Again, only from what I saw on the cameras. I don't know.
You know, is it going to be too many cooks in the kitchen, too many chefs? What do they say?
Yeah, that general gist.
Sorry, I know I'm kind of dragging on, but just before we move off this topic, have you got anything else to say about Falcons before I move on to MOUZ?
No, they're in the playoffs, so that's cool. I'm quite excited to see them go to, and they've got Eternal Fire next, which is genuinely a hard test. So let's see how they perform there.
Yeah, that should be a good game actually.
It should be.
So MOUZ, have they improved?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so.
Oh, I don't know if they've improved with siuhy not being there, but I think they're going to be good. I think.
Did you hear how defensive I got then?
Yeah, he did quite defensive. Sorry, I don't know if you meant if they've improved. I think because of Kato, they had the stand-in, and I instantly thought, well, they did bad at Kato, but I forgot they had the stand-in, didn't have Spink. So I think, I don't know if they've improved. I think it's too again early to call how they're actually going to look without siuhy. But mate, they look again when they won the first map and winning the second map, they looked fucking fiery. They looked very...
Yeah, I mean, you've got some shooters on there now, right?
Yeah.
It's like we kind of said this, they're like a poor man's Vitality. We were saying with Vitality the other week, everyone can have a moment. It feels like this team are similar. They can all have a moment, but have they got that direction? That in-game leader. I just don't. siuhy was fucking good, man. I really rate him as an in-game leader, as I've mentioned many times on this podcast. So, having said that, I mean, don't want to go on too much about MOUZ, but we both kind of agree they've got a little bit. I wouldn't say they've got better with siuhy. I would say they're about the same, but they've added a lot more firepower.
Yep.
So where do we want siuhy to go, or where do you think he will go? You can answer however.
Well, I think it's probably G2. It's probably like the most logical one. I don't know. I think.
Do you want him to go to G2? Or
I would like him to go to G2. I think that'd be nice. Yeah, I think Snack's out of there, working with young Munacy, Heavy Gods Riders, young MOUZ. Yeah, and then Hunter is the more experienced second voice. I think that could work well. I mean, personally, if I was G2, I'd get rid of Snacks and Hunter. I'd get move Earth to get siuhy in, and then I don't know. I'd think who else for Hunter, but I'd get Hunter out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then that's a bloody look. That's a good team. It's looking very good.
I also I agree with that.
Is that all the liquid angle, isn't it?
Not because I want to get rid of Hunter because he's bad, but I think siuhy needs younger players that are kind of going to respect him.
Yeah, and buy into the whole...
With Hunter, deep down, he's going to be a bit, look down at him a little bit.
Yeah.
And not quite respect him because, he's older and whatnot.
Yeah, no, I agree. Or it's liquid. And yeah, don't know. I think I heard another podcast someone say JKS. Yeah, sounds sensible. JKS probably a bit out of the meta at the moment. So yeah, maybe there. Hopefully he
I
lands somewhere
guess
soon. I don't
that'll
think
depend on
I don't think
Swiss,
you want
right?
to.
Whether
Yeah,
Swiss wants it.
yeah. I mean, fuck, you know. I mean, he just needs to probably do it for the sake of his own career as well at this point. Don't think he should stay on. I think he should move soon though. It's not going to be good for him.
What
If
about
he's
this
just...
one? Put him on phase and get rid of Carrigan.
So stupid. So stupid. Especially how good they looked. Again, I mean, Elise just popped off at this. I think he must be one of the top. Yeah, he's the third top rated player at the moment behind Senzu and Frozen. So they're looking really strong. Mate,
Go on then. Let me hear it about FaZe.
No, do you know what? I watched a bit of their. Which one was it? I did watch one. I did watch a bit of their game. Maybe it was Eternal Fire. And yeah, he just looked really, really good. That's all I've got to say. He just looked like a Liege of old. So it was nice to see.
Are you impressed with FaZe? Because I think looking at this, we kind of said FaZe are probably going to win it on Mongols. I think you said Mongols, right? And I said FaZe.
I think I said Mongols, yeah.
So are we impressed with what FaZe have done so far, or is it just expected?
I think it's as expected, especially now Elise is coming into his own. Like, fair play. And it's expected what Mongols did. So I think that's fine. The other team I would like to just quickly shout because they've got MOUZ next is Pain. I watched the Pain game. Pain VP, and interesting. It was good, man, and I like Pain. Do you know what? Pain are an exciting team to watch. Big Uzira, it's good IGL. I like their team. I like NQZ. Snow's just a gassy young guy, so I quite like it. The thing I didn't realise is Big Uzira has been on that team for 6 years and they've never made a playoff. This is their first playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's fair play. They deserve it, and I'd rather see someone like them there than like a Furia who just annoying all the time.
I quite like Pain, but that Snow kid winds me up.
Oh really? I quite like his energy.
He just annoys me. He seems a little bit too aggressive. Do you know when you see these kids that are like way too confident and mature for their age, and they just make my skin crawl? That's what he looks like.
Well, I mean,
he reminds me of.
But I feel like only last week you were saying you wanted more beef and rivalries. Like, he's the type of one to probably start.
Yeah, I'm not telling him to rein it in or anything. I'm just saying he annoys me. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
He just looks. Yeah, I don't know. He just looks a bit. I think he looks too aggressive. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, I'm here for it. I like noise anyway. So yeah.
No, I like
be as bold as you like, but
well, I'm glad
to dislike you.
I'm glad to see them get to the playoffs. So the playoffs are on Friday. Is there anyone else you wanted to shout out, or anyone you thought?
No, I just feel like Astralis seem to crawl through these games and get by, and the CounterStrike isn't very pretty, which is just weird considering their roster. They're just really hard to figure out and see what's going on. I mean, it was Australis Falcons. I watched them too, and everyone was joking about like not knowing what team to hate the most.
Yeah, I did see a lot of tweets and stuff about that.
And it's kind of true. Like, I don't know whether I like them or not, but no, I don't really have a take on them. It was just, I just felt like they needed mentioning.
Okay, yeah. Well, they are what they are. The game's on Friday. Pain MOUZ, which that would be a good game to watch as well. I think
MOUZ should
take it.
Roll them, yeah. Looking at the roster, they should absolutely destroy them.
Mongols, Astralis, which that's a bit of a dodgy one because I think Mongols can sometimes get to this point and start choking, and
yes, but I also think they're going to absolutely destroy Astralis.
fine. So we're gonna
Hey,
go.
did you? I don't know if we spoke about this. 910 has 3,000 hours or 3,500 hours on CounterStrike.
Yeah.
He only started playing during lockdown, and
Okay.
he's like, he could have been pro at, I think it was Dota 2.
Yeah, some people are just sick at games, aren't they? So fair play.
That's just
He's been
crazy.
playing well as well.
Yeah,
Falcons Eternal Fire. That one I can't call.
that
Actually.
one will be a good game.
Yeah, I can't call who wins there. FaZe saw FaZe, man. This is FaZe's domain. I mean, the way this is set up, it would be. It could be a FaZe Mongols final, which I think would be great.
It should be, yeah.
Or a FaZe MOUZ final. I'd take that. That'd be a banger.
I think. I don't know with MOUZ now. I used to kind of like predicting MOUZ and thought I could read them quite well with siuhy as the in-game leader, but now, excuse me, now I'm not too sure.
Okay. I
So I
think.
don't know how they would come up against Mongols, because if you just put in MOUZ's firepower against Mongols, and there's not loads of tactics involved, and shoot the siuhy mind, the Mongols could beat them.
Yeah. Well, let's see. But it's setting up for a nice. I'm surprised more of the bigger teams didn't try to go to this game. This tournament, because
Yeah.
it's big
I
prize
think we're
money.
going to see some of this. Yeah, I think we're going to see some of this. People picking and choosing with the VRS system and stuff. So,
Which I still don't quite understand at all. I mean, granted, I've not tried that hard to try and understand it, but it seems a bit.
yeah, they're still tweaking it and stuff. So, I'm the type of person that's like, okay, you're tweaking it, you're making changes. I'm just going to chill. And
Oh
when
yeah,
you
the
kind
old.
of settle down a little bit, like installing Windows, you don't install Windows as soon as it comes out.
Yeah. You wait to.
You wait, yeah, you wait. Let them fix the bugs, and then I'll put my 2 cents in.
Fair enough.
Also, I wanted to mention this. Imperial Valkyries, are they called?
Which was FE.
Obviously,
Yeah, FA or whatever.
yeah. So the female Imperial team, which I was personally quite excited to see the female teams playing in Tier 1 Counter-Strike when they first came on board. So my question to you is,
I mean, they
have we seen enough?
Pretty battered.
Yeah.
In this one, this was not quite the run that they had at whatever it was. It was a Kata. Well, I don't know where it was, but I mean, they got. Yeah, I'm less.
Have you seen enough of them?
I think what we
Or
need.
do you still want to see them?
I think what they need. I think there needs to be a real push and a drive to have more. Oh, sorry, I didn't knock my mic over. More female-led leagues where that they can put some real serious prize money in and really start building that up. Because we don't want to just see one team like this come in and just do this. I think like you want to see 3 or 4 competing properly and trying to actually take down some of these other teams. And I think with one team like them guys coming in like this, it almost feels like a token gesture, and it almost feels like it's just like we just got to tick the box, so let's put them in. And they didn't play particularly well at this tournament. Let's be realistic about it. So, I think there could have been another team there to take their place, which would have been would have put up a bit more of a fight and maybe got a few more, the potential for an upset. Maybe I mean, where are they ranked in the world? 30 at the moment. So let's see where. Who else is around them?
Do you think they could have beat FlyQuest?
No. Well, like BC Game, the guy, the ex-Bleed core with Cypher, JChem, Nex, and that, who seems to be putting in some right results. Like a team like that have got a real chance to cause some upsets at a tournament like this.
So, are you saying you've seen enough of the females in Tier 1? You want to get rid of them?
I think if you're there on your ranking and winning at other, you've got there on that basis, then that's fair enough. But I don't know how. Again, the qualification for the tournament started because at the moment they're ranked 48th, so they wouldn't have got into the tournament. They wouldn't have got there. I mean, there's loads of other teams above them. So I think you need to be ranked and qualify through the ranking.
Fair enough. So
Go.
I feel the same. I think they did better previously, but that's maybe when people were like, "Oh, it's a girls' team, you know, we're gonna roll them," and they're actually better than uh, people thought. This tournament, they didn't have a good tournament at all.
Yeah.
I, I do want to see, because at the end of the day, it's all about viewership, isn't it? When the female teams are playing tier one, I imagine the viewership must be quite high. Like they haven't got loads of fans, right? But surely people want to see how the females are gonna get on against the pros. But like you say, it does feel like a bit like a gesture, and it's a bit of a token thing. Is it a little bit unfair? It's kind of like in boxing, they kind of have this, don't they, where the YouTubers are getting paid millions, and you know some semi-pros are just not even getting a look in. But um, I want to see it just because I want to see the girls to see whether they can keep up with the boys. I mean, this is kind of telling us that they can't, but I would like to see a little bit more, and also maybe some consideration for teams, maybe like tier two teams signing female players if that's allowed. Are we allowed to do that?
I guess so. Why not?
Because none of the tier one, tier two teams have any female players at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't
Um,
see why not. Um,
it would be interesting to see whether people would consider that.
and whether they could, yeah, potentially improve that way. Yeah, I don't disagree actually. Shout out to BC Gaming, by the way. I mean,
PC gaming.
yeah, the former Bleed boys, right? JKM, Nexa, Nork, and Cypher, because mate, they qualified for Dallas. I think they beat Astralis and Big, so they're now they've got their org that are hopefully paying them. Unlike Bleed, they're making some moves, so pretty good. Fair play. It's good to see.
Oh, nice.
Um, right. So what I've been doing this week in CounterStrike, or what I have done a bit of whilst I've not been bedbound, I played a bit deathmatch, and because everyone's going on about the M4, well, I keep hearing in like casters, mainly Chad and stuff, saying that the M4 is an aimer's weapon, not the M4S. So
Okay.
obviously, and now it's the same cost as well. I've just been playing, like, I just did like 4 or 5 death matches this week, just only using the M4, and yeah, it's really it's actually a hard gun. It's actually harder to control the spray of an M4 than the AK. Like, it's wayward once you actually start spraying with it. So when they say it's an aimer's gun, you can only hit the first 2 or 3 bullets, and then it's gone. Like, it's everywhere.
You're talking about the A4.
A4, yeah.
Yeah.
So I always say M4, just thinking that makes sense other than saying M4S. But yeah, the A4. Yeah, don't know. I've just been trying to use it as much as possible because of the extra bullets. I feel like it is going to have to be the gun that I go to. But it's fucking hard.
Yeah, I want to use it, but I did the same. I kind of used it in a game, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, well, let's just disclaimer: we are fucking dog shit. So
I think I'm on like a 6-game loss streak of actual games or something stupid.
Can you not see at tournaments like what was the most popular weapon and?
There probably is on HLTV somewhere. I feel like I said, the
In
navigating around that website sometimes is. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Sorry,
like
just
to
to confirm.
see
Yeah,
what
I'm on a 6-game loss streak in CounterStrike.
6-game loss.
Yeah, I've not won in 7 games.
Oh, told you, mate. You need to wait for me.
That's it. We've got no strats. We're just running around trying to kill people.
You've not got me shouting at you.
I know, exactly. Yeah.
Putting the pressure on. Yeah, I did want to see what the pros were using because I'm sure I've still seen a lot of M4Ss around.
Well, Teslas was used in the A4 very well on Dust 2, holding down B. But
yeah, I wonder whether it's going to overtake the M4S.
I think it's going to. Yeah, I don't see why not. I think
it is fair because the AK is such a good gun.
The AK is easier to use, I think, definitely.
Yeah, is that just because we're so used to it?
Potentially, yeah. And we're almost not used to an A4 because we've been using the M4S for so long.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see. Okay.
Oh, here you go. M4A1 silencer, 18%.
What? What?
M4A1 is 4.81%. So the M4A1 silencer is way more used, way more popular.
In just this tournament, or?
Yeah, in PGL, yeah, in this recent tournament. 18.29% used it, sorry.
Okay.
And then, yeah, 4.81% used the A1 and AK 34.66%.
Okay. Interesting.
So after the A1 and the AK, could you guess which is the most popular weapon after that?
After the M4 and the AK.
Yeah,
Orb.
M4S. Yeah, the AWP, yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. You got an AWPer.
Yeah, but how often can you buy an AWP?
Yeah, true. But that does make sense. And then what is it like? MP9 or Galil?
Well, there's other, so I don't know what they don't put on. Galil is close Glock.
Ah, there might be util. Has it got util?
It just says top weapons.
Okay.
So they've got like Mac 10, MP9, USP silencer, Galil. So I think they just put all the top ones in, and then they just put other, and just put, if people are using fucking shotguns and
Yeah. It all goes in that category.
yeah, if Nico whips out an Agav or something, just
Fair enough.
so.
Okay.
Have you got anything else to say, mate? I feel like news-wise, the CounterStrike world is pretty quiet.
Yeah, there's not much drama, but no, I don't think I've got anything else. I'm looking forward to watching the conclusion of PGL and seeing either FaZe or Mongols win it. And yeah, no, I think that's it from me. What about you?
Yeah, mate, let's wrap it up there.
All right, GG's. See you next week.
Peace out.
Safe.